What's going on, everyone? DaYan here, and today we're taking a look at the new DaYan ZhanChi 2017. So here's the box up close. As you can see, it says 2017 in the top left corner, which is pretty exciting, I have to say, coming from DaYan. Now, nothing much has changed on the box if you remember the old one, but let's get into this. Okay, so I actually got this cube earlier today at work, and I've had a chance to set it up and break it in a little bit, so I've already kind of formed an opinion. But what I want to do first for the video is to compare pieces from the ZhanChi 2017 to the original ZhanChi. Looking at the corners, you can see the main differences are the added ridges and the squared off design on the 2017, as well as a redesigned stalk and a larger base. So maybe that's a good sign. And looking at the edges here, you can see that there's been very little change. There's some scaling differences, but the overall shape is basically the same. In fact, I bet that you could take an edge from the original ZhanChi and put it into 2017 and it would still work. But we'll try that in a second. And the center design is basically the same. You can see that there is a little more space between the center and the core in the 2017 model, as opposed to the original ZhanChi where there's basically no space between the stalk and the center. But other than that, everything is essentially the same. And yes, the caps do fall off of the new ZhanChi, just like the old one. Okay, so I was putting this cube back together from showing you the pieces, and I've got an edge from the original ZhanChi here that I'm going to try to put in this cube and see if it functions. Well, I would say that it functions, but not very well. It kind of protrudes, as you can see there. And we know the reason for that protrusion, right? Because you just saw that the inner sphere inside of this puzzle is actually larger. And that's what's causing it to push out like that. So now let's talk about feel. The first thing you'll notice when you get this puzzle is that it's super unstable. Now, I don't really know how to display how unstable it is, but this puzzle just deforms in your hand whenever you're solving it. And I thought magnets would probably be the solution to that. But we have one in the office that Chris has already magnetized, and it's not much better, I have to say, even when it's magnetized correctly, because you know Chris does that pretty well, and often. So I know that it's done correctly, and it just didn't feel good. He had to use stronger magnets because the plastic was so thick, and it made the cube super heavy and uncontrollably fast, and I just wasn't a fan. I couldn't get good times on it at all. I can't really tell you if it's smooth or bumpy because the puzzle deforms so much when I'm solving that everything feels bumpy. So it might not be the design, it might just be the fact that it doesn't hold together well. My advice to DaYan would be to keep making those non-WCA puzzles that everybody buys but nobody really solves, and that Pyraminx that everybody absolutely hates. And even keep making that 2x2 because Chris Olsen still uses it. Even if it's an older one that you used to make that you stopped making for some reason, you should honestly be paying him at this point for keeping your puzzle alive. But as far as 3x3 goes, I would say if this is what 4 years of research and development looks like, I would say just give it up. Because this is not an improvement, it doesn't really help the community, and it just makes you look bad, like you're not paying attention to any of the trends in speed cubing or anything that's going on in this community as a whole. So I know that may sound a little harsh, and that might be because I had such high expectations for the new ZhanChi 2017, and I was super disappointed. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm sure others will have different opinions. So let me know what you think. Are you excited for this puzzle? Did I just ruin that? I'm sorry. But I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out, like I always say, even though I'm not sure if it actually does. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And sorry, DaYan.